Elliot, good chance to catch up. 2 games in, 2 good victories.
Yeah, really delighted with the start. I think, obviously we didn't know what to expect coming into the league fresh, but that Spellthorne game was probably a good christening of what's going to happen over the season. Some disruption to travel and a difficult pitch to get used to as well. But I thought the lads did really well in that game on the Saturday. Started quickly and took the game to them, which is something we've spoken a lot about in pre-season. And then Tuesday night was a little bit more professional, a little bit more combative, I think, as a fixture. Epsom set up with a way of disrupting us, and I thought out of possession they were quite effective. In possession, we nullified them really, really well, defended well from the back with James Kerr and Ben LaRusso, and took our goals well eventually as well. So I think we can be a little bit more ruthless. I think Saturday that's something we definitely want to focus on, but couldn't really ask for more. 6 from 6 in the first 2 games and coming back home with a 100% record intact.
And the Spellthorne game, we saw goals around the pitch, not just Lorne Bickley, who is so often the talisman of the side. So were you pleased with that?
Yeah, I was pleased. Not sure if Lorne was quite as pleased, but we were certainly pleased with Joe Kilshaw's contribution going forward. Shawnee coming off the bench as a young lad as well, getting his goal, and really we threatened from all over the park. I thought the fullbacks got forward really, really well. Set pieces, we looked a threat. Lorne's obviously picked up 2 good goals as well, so delighted with that. And then again, Miggs popping up with his second in 2 games, Johnny getting forward and getting on the score sheet as well. It shows that we don't have to rely on Lorne. Clearly Lorne's going to be kind of talisman and the number 9 this season, and he's going to, I'm sure, be our top scorer, but we need to chip in from all over the park. We've got some targets for all of the lads, and Joe Kilshaw's made a pretty good start on it already, so we're really happy with that. It's something we've focused on a lot in pre-season, and something we want to continue as we go on into Saturday and thereon.
And Joe Kilshaw, perhaps the forgotten man a little bit last season, had an injury, took a long time to get over that, saw a little bit of him at the end, and then all of a sudden this season bursting onto the scene again. Yeah,
delighted for Kilshaw. I think it's always been said that Kilshaw's an absolutely top lad, really, really good around the changing room, and burst onto the scene as 16, 17-year-old as well. And that injury maybe knocked him a little bit last year. It was a pretty bad tackle by all accounts as well, and set him back kind of 3 or 4 months, and obviously struggled to get back into the team as the team had picked up a decent run of form as well towards the back end of last season. And Joe's predominantly played in that kind of holding midfielder role, number 4, and for us, we think he's got the energy. He's really tenacious in midfield. He picks up really good spots higher up the park. We see him more as an 8, and I think just instilling that confidence back into Joe that he can go and affect games a lot more. He's not just there to be a safe pair of hands in front of the back 4, keep us ticking over and fill in when Jay or Johnny go walkabouts. But he's really taken that on, and I think again on Tuesday he was unlucky not to get on the score sheet, arriving in great areas, and he's someone who epitomises what we've tried to do, I think, in pre-season of try to be fitter, try to be more physical, try to get more around the park more, affect opposition more, and be more on the front foot. And coming into our first home game, that's what we really want to make sure is there on Saturday, that we're front-footed, we're at teams as often as we can, as frequently as we can through 90 minutes, and Joe certainly brought that in the first 2 games.
So an away win at Spellthorne, a 6-1 victory, and then you go to Epsom and Ewell, the Salts as we know them. A different game, as you say. How did you enjoy the travel side of it, the first time you've gone away with the Bulls?
Yeah, hated Saturday because of Gartz and Adam and maybe Kai. He's gone under the radar a little bit on it, but picking up the wrong bag and nearly taking someone's swimwear off to a game to warm up with wasn't ideal. But Tuesday night was a lot smoother. Gartz couldn't make Tuesday night, so maybe that was the reason. But a much smoother journey, and I thought actually kind of everything preparation-wise was really, really professional on that day. And yeah, clearly there's going to be some bumps in the road. I absolutely loved it. It's something new for us as a coaching team. We've got some new players in there. It's, that novelty factor I'm sure will wear off when we're traipsing out of Gatwick in the snow in January. But for us as the first couple of games, I think we hopefully have seen it all, but maybe not quite just yet.
And you got a victory, a different style of play, a chance perhaps to get certainly Johnny LeCane a lot further forward from watching that game, as opposed to Jake Giles sat back a little, although he started to come through a little bit more in the second half. Was that the plan, that you could get the wing backs further forward?
Yeah, I think Jay certainly got forward. He put a ball probably into the next postcode when he got just on the edge of the box and got laid off from Lorne. So no, he certainly got forward as well, and it's something we've been really keen to emphasise, and that relationship between the fullback and the winger. And yeah, both of those lads have turned in good performances on Saturday and then on Tuesday again as well. So, we play on a big pitch here at Springfield. That's going to be vital, that we get bodies forward, we commit bodies forward, and we have a good resting shape behind that as well. But Johnny and Jay have certainly done exactly what we've asked in these first 2 games.
So 2 games away, 2 victories, 6 points. One of only 3 sides that haven't dropped points so far this season. And this weekend will be Alton coming here, the Brewers as we know them. But before we talk a little bit about them, we've got a new kit. Tell us about that.
Yeah, Carl Bennett's done an unbelievable job getting us all unpacked and down and ready to go for Saturday from both a playing perspective. We finally got some kit as well. We've waited kind of, I don't know, 3 months or so for it, so it's nice that it's here. And yeah, Carl's done a fantastic job, and we're really happy with the kits that have been obviously designed, and can't wait to get going, especially in the red one on Saturday in front of a home crowd.
So the new kits are going to be available in the shop on Saturday for sale, pre-game, during the game, and after the game, and then ongoing. In terms of the kits, though, in terms of what you've seen as a Bulls kit, are these the best kits you've seen? Your favourite kits?
I think the David Bowie kit's obviously slightly similar to last year. I think this one, I'm a Leeds fan, so red's not really my colour, but this one, the blue one, is probably my favourite one, I think, of over the years. We've got the other ones on the roof as well, so can compare and contrast them, but this one would be my favourite at the moment.
And what's your favourite kit of all time?
Probably a Leeds kit, probably 2002 Strongbow yellow kit.
Excellent. And Alton coming this Saturday. Any changes to the squad, different perhaps from midweek, that you'll have on Saturday at home?
I think there'll be a couple of changes, a couple of natural rotations. Lads that have maybe not got as much game time as they would have wanted in the first couple of games, we'll release them back to their local league clubs. Obviously the local league also starts on Saturday, so that's a good opportunity for them to go and get minutes there. And we've got a few lads back from various kind of unavailabilities, whether that be holiday or work commitments. So we're looking strong for this weekend. We've got a full squad of 16. We've had some really difficult discussions just to select that 16, so we'll see how we go training tonight, and then that 11 will fall out of there too. So yeah, we're really happy with the strength that we've got. I think we're missing maybe 2-3 bodies from the core squad, but in terms of the first couple of games, a lot more bodies back, and that selection headache, which is a nice one to have, really starting to come to the fore, which is what we need throughout the whole season if we're going to be there or thereabouts kind of April, May.
And have you had a chance to do much research on Alton?
Yeah, I watched their highlights of the game against Camberley in midweek. Camberley manager was a little bit disappointed that they'd kind of gone down 1-0 in that, so I think it was quite a tight game and a decent goal from a set piece to win it. So Alton have obviously started well, they're unbeaten as well. They went to a replay with Fleet, who've obviously strengthened well in the FA Cup as well, so they've had a really positive start, obviously one down here in January as well, so we know that they've got a game plan to come and disrupt us here and be effective. And we're aware that our home record wasn't as good as what we wanted it to be last year, and it's something that we're making small touches, trying to make Springfield feel more like a home for us, and small things that we're doing in the change room, small things we're doing with the lads, we hope will just bring that added comfort on a home day, and clearly the home fans are a massive part of that as well. But very much we just want to get on the front foot again, take the game to Alton, not allow them to sit in, to slow the game down, to disrupt us too much, and clearly they're going to be quite effective at that. They're top half team, we think, so yeah, it's just about us focusing on ourselves really, rather than worrying too much about Alton.
They tend to be, or have been last couple of seasons, quite a young side, so they haven't got a lot of experience, but they're pretty tenacious from what we've seen. Now, Saturday is the first home game for you in charge and your team. How much are you looking forward to that and having the Springfield crowd behind you? Yeah,
no, really looking forward to it. I think the Marathi was obviously an insight into that home crowd atmosphere for me, but that was my first one really with the whole Jersey crowd behind me, so looking forward to that again. And you know, the first 2 games have been a good opportunity to get off and running and maybe take the pressure away from being at home, but very much the season feels like it starts properly for us now. As much as people can look at the results, think that we're playing a good brand of football and we're on the front foot, it's the home fans that will see that more and more of us, so we need to make sure we put those things into place and put in a performance like we have done in the first 2 games on Saturday.
And a chance maybe to make Springfield a bit of a fortress. Not been so great last couple of seasons, but to make it a fortress going forward for this season. Yeah,
that's really important. I don't think there's any successful team that has struggled at home. We have to make sure that teams find it difficult coming here. I think it's been too easy to have a game plan and to sit in a little bit at Springfield. We need to make sure the tempo's high. You know, we need the crowd to help us on that part as well. When there's opportunities for us to get on the front foot and we're baying for blood, we need those guys around the stands supporting that and cheering us on as well. And when there are moments in the game where we have to suffer, you know, again, stick with us. We're going to be as frustrated as you guys if we're not on the front foot. That's very much what we want to be as a team, so stick with us, we'll get there, but I'm really looking forward to Saturday and can't wait to get going.
Well, so far 2 out of 2. Let's hope 3 out of 3 after Saturday's game. Go well.
Cheers, thank you.